So welcome to day 3. As I mentioned in day 2, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to be mixing these videos in, whether or not I'm going to include the reading of the emails plus the what you call it, the playback of the videos. So far in day 1 and day 2, uh, I forgot for day 2 that I had started doing the morning and evening, because on day 1 I only had the evening that I started to execute this idea. So I didn't even read. I don't think I read the morning on day 2. So I'm going to read both emails now, and then get into my reflection of that day. But I'm not going to go back and do day 2 over again. One of the major components of this whole experience is that I have been growing personally and embracing imperfection. So in that, my real estate coach, she gave us this I guess mantra or quote. It's called Get Mo. So it's good enough to move on. I'm not gonna go back and redo day 2 just because I didn't review the email and video for one portion of it. And then you're gonna see along the series that sometimes I just didn't get around to doing a video and or email for either or morning or night. So, anyways, with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and review these emails for day 3, and we're gonna get into it. So this is day 3, morning time. Good morning, Aroa. Spent the night in and out of sleep last night while listening to Your Wish is Your Command audio. I kept my legs bent most of the night and realized it was not good to be in that position. So while I was working my way to the front, I realized the passenger seat folds all the way down. That was a good epiphany. Going to get the trunk organized, like I mentioned in the video, and then get the day started with a walk, meditation, and some grounding. The mission for today is to get my buyer's guides wrapped up, review the scripts for the videos I recorded yesterday to be better prepared for re-recording, and then prepare for the week. Okay, here we go. So this was my morning video.
All right. Good morning. So this is day 2. Just got up from resting. Um, do not have plans on going to the gym exactly, but during business hours, I am going to be calling the gym's customer service line to see if there's anything I can do to bypass the uh, fee that they're trying to charge for the old account. Uh, and I haven't figured out an alternative solution for a shower for today yet. But I am going to work on that. First thing I'm going to focus on is getting some things organized in the trunk so that everything is flat on one level and I don't have layers, so that it can be as organized and I can have clarity on what is where. And then I'm going to go for a walk, meditation, and grounding session. And then I'll worry about that after the sun rises. Peace. Have a great day. I love you.
All right, so that was morning time. This is morning time, day 3, day 3. Okay, and then this is evening time. So something that I was also going to be conscious of in these messages was, um, you know, self-love and pouring into myself. So that's why, um, for the videos that I do decide to show, I end most, if not all, of the videos and emails telling myself that I love you. So let's see, nighttime email. Good night, Aroa. Mixed feelings about today, because while it was really productive, I made the conclusion that I definitely have to re-record all of the videos that I recorded at Paulty Homes the other day. The library having the study rooms available was super clutch. It felt like I was in a private think tank. I do happen to be super tired, so I'm also grateful that I'm tired enough to go back to sleep again. I love you. Good night, Aroa. And then we got the video.
Alright, so being the genius that I am, I figured out how to be able to lay out in the car without having to have my knees bent all night and being curled up in the fetal position, fetus position. And I just woke up from, I guess you could say, a nap. I fell asleep earlier, being in the parking lot of the lakeshore when it was still crowded and there were people out here. So I woke up middle of the night, was about 9:45, 10 o'clock, and reparked so that I'm not in the parking lot where there's probably no overnight parking. And yeah, dropping this note before I go back to sleep. Peace.
Okay, so yeah, I had a little, uh, I guess, recollection of that particular day now. So, okay, so I guess I am deciding. I am as watching this video. I'm definitely going to include the videos that I recorded and was sending in the email. However, I'm warning y'all. I do eventually end up stopping somewhere. I want to say somewhere along day 32, 33. It just got kind of too crazy for me to do it day in, day out. And just, you guys will see what transpired throughout the series. So yeah, I'm gonna include them. That's been determined as of this moment, watching that video. And so back to day three. Okay, so day three, before day three, for the first 2 days, I was sleeping in the back seat of the HHR, and I was basically just sleeping literally in the back seat. I didn't do anything special, didn't configure the car in any way to be comfortable. I was just doing my best to fit within the length, the width of the back seat, and stretching my legs whenever I could, I guess in the L-shaped position. But mostly, for the most part, I spent the majority of those 2 nights in the fetal position. And then I noticed from this video, what I did was I figured I was able to flatten the front passenger seat, and that's when I placed the crate full of things with the laundry bag on top, and I had 2 pillows, one large king size pillow, and then a regular size pillow, and then I had a blanket, my red throw blanket. So that's pretty much how I laid up in the bed. Um, what else did I say? I ended up not going to the gym on day three. What I wound up doing, I did about a 2 to 3 mile walk um, on the sidewalk of the lakeshore. Then, when I came back, retreated to the car, took my shoes off, I grounded in the sand um, along the lakeshore. And then after that, what I wound up doing is I remember I went to the community pool and utilized the community pool shower, as well as taking a dip in the pool. So that was my temporary alternative to not going back to the gym. And then I left. I left the calling of the customer care service line to regular business hours. So I don't believe I got a hold of them on that particular Sunday. I believe I got a hold of them the following day. But anyways, after that, I got Valerie to the job, got her to Miller's Ale House, And then after that, I wound up going to the St. Cloud Library to do my work. So um, on this particular day, I worked on my buyer's guide. I was able to knock out a huge majority of it, if not all of it, as I recall. I want to say definitely my buyer's guide, my seller's guide, my marketing plan, um, and yeah, those three main ones: buyer's guide, seller's guide, excuse me, marketing plan. I did very well in executing those real quick, because I whatever sessions I did, I definitely practiced the Pomodoro technique. But while I was at the St. Cloud Library that day was when I realized that they actually had, in between one of my Pomodoros, I took a walk of the entire facility and realized that they had study rooms. So that's why when I mentioned that uh, the library having those study rooms was super clutch and it felt like a think tank. You're actually able to get the library for, I want to say, 2 hours at a time. And then after that first 2 hour session, if nobody else has requested to use it, then you get to lock it in for another hour after that. So 2 hours up front, and then if nobody books it, you can extend it for another hour. And if nobody books it, you can continue those hour-long sessions up until they close. So that's pretty much what day 3 consisted of, was me utilizing the Pomodoro technique, which again I learned from my real estate coach, and pretty much utilize that as the strategy to complete the buyer's guide, or at least get the majority of it done. We'll see if it took the next couple of days to actually complete it, but I do recall getting a lot of it, if not all of it, done on day 3. And then reviewing again before I was calling it a night, going into the evening. I think the library closes at 6 on Sundays, from 12 to 6, or it might be 12 to 5. But I do know that on this day, after those library sessions were done, I did not do any more work for the rest of the day. I tried to maintain, some time for mental clarity, for thinking, reading. I definitely delve into my books going into the evening time. And after that session, I went back over to uh, to Valerie, and then took a nap, and then of course called it a night again, yet again later on that day. So that pretty much sums up day 3, and everything that I went through in that day. It kept it real basic, real smooth. And since I was not into any physical activity thereafter, I don't believe I bathed that night and just waited until the next morning. So um, that following Monday, day going into day 4, was when I really had to be on point in my mornings, because it also entailed getting the girls to school. So, definitely no room for not wanting to wake up. Definitely all emotion out the window and just straight attack mode. So, yeah, we'll go into day 4. If you guys have not yet caught wind of what's going on, I am sharing a series called the Homeless Broker Experience, where I'm carrying you through the motions of what I went through, and all the hardship I experienced, as well as all the resources that I pulled during this process to allow me to move forward regardless of what was going on, regardless of the situation and circumstance. And yeah, if you like what you hear so far, don't be shy. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification button bell as well. Again, I'm Robert Kenneth Morillo with Aurora, Florida, license number BK3373543. I would love to hear some feedback, and of course, please subscribe to my channel. I look forward to hearing from you soon and sharing more of my story.